So this is Aya. This is Aya Ace Attorney 3. I've played the first one. I played the second one. I played the bonus case of the first and second one because the bonus case was with the first one, and then the second case was translated most recently. Most recently now, actually, is the translation of the third one, which I'm playing today. Now, here's the funny thing, right? Here's the hee hee ha ha. Thank you, Sony, for gifting a sub. I opened my files, and I had errors or something. For some reason, I don't know why it was, but the executable for the third game didn't exist, and it just completely broke. I don't know what happened there. So I had to re-download the whole thing. So I did. All right, I re-downloaded the whole game because I already paid for it, right? This translation that WTF has done is only to change the game. It's not the game itself. So I bought the entire game on DLC site. I own it, all right? I paid money for the game. So the only thing he did was create a patch that changes the language to English so you can buy the game and enjoy it yourself. There's no piracy going on here at all, right? I promise. Now, basically, I had to re-download the entire folder, and for some reason, when I did that, it sent all of my files to a folder that existed that hadn't been touched in like 2 years. So I had to dig for it. I watched the entire thing unpack into a folder, and then the folder disappeared. And I was like, where the fuck did it go? And I had to scroll through my file explorer, and I was like, oh, there it is, all the way at the bottom. Because apparently, I don't know. I have no sweet clue. Either way, it was really stupid, and I'm upset about it, and I hate File Explorer. So we're going to play the game now. There you go. That's my story. Not as interesting as I wanted it to be, but it was my story nonetheless. So, this game is... You might already know. It's Ace Attorney, but with Aya. Dojin game. Has a multitude of things to it. But if there's one thing I really like about it, it's its presentation. And I like its art, and I like its music. And it honestly, it's just a nice game. It's a nice experience to go through, and sometimes it doesn't make that much sense, and sometimes it's a little silly, but overall, I would give it a positive. So that's why I'm here playing the third one. So we're gonna start. Yeah, there's the typewriter sound. Now remember, we saw this at the end of the extra episode. There was a teaser for the first case of the third game. And this was it. Scared Umbrella Rhapsody. Momiji Inabashiri has disappeared and Kogasa Tatara is held responsible, but despite her reservations, Aya has no choice but to take on her defense, as well as her first trial without Momiji. So Momiji is fucking gone, and Kogasa is the perp. Now remember, if you remember anything about the lore of this series so far, you know that a little something about Kogasa, right? We know a little something. So we're gonna see what happens here. I have no idea what to expect, and I'm looking forward to it. Where am I? Ugh, I just don't know. Ow, I'm scraped all over too. Just try and retrace my steps for now. First of all, Miss Kogasa spoke to me, and then... Hey, excuse me, have you seen Momiji around lately? The classic, the 3D Blender backgrounds. No, I haven't seen her for days. Oh, okay, well, I'll just be on my way. Wait, hold on. Yes? Does that mean you haven't seen her at all either? She hasn't been over to play shogi in a while. Well, she hasn't been to my office in a few days. I see. Momiji, where have you gone? I wish I knew. God, I hope Iku appears in this game. That is legitimately one of my favorite iterations of Iku I've ever seen. The one that swoops in from the sky to solve all everyone's problems. At that time, Aya Shameimaru had no idea what strange events would soon be dragged in. Oh god, it's so loud! March 23rd, 1312, First Gensokyo Court. Defendant. Lobby. Slow and loud. Yep. Some things never change. Momiji isn't here, and I'm feeling conflicted about this case. To think it was only yesterday, an unexpected guest appeared out of the blue. Good day, Miss Shameimaru. Oh, what brings you here, Sakuya? Miss Momiji has not been seen in quite some time, has she? Do you want to file a missing persons report? I guess that's true. We believe we have found the one responsible. She is being detained at the Scarlet Devil Mansion. What? But I thought we weren't doing trials anymore. So why come all the way to me? And why are you acting like the police again? Ah, well, seems that when Miss Patchy took notice of this incident, she convinced the Yama to begin holding trials again. Someone's having fun, huh? And you want me to be a lawyer then? Just so. What a time for Momiji to disappear. Huh? Hey, wait a minute. Yes? Didn't you just say that you detained the person behind Momiji's disappearance? That's right. So then where is she? And you're putting them on trial. Correct? Wait, you can't mean... As you've said, our suspect has been charged with the abduction of Momiji Inabashiri. We hope you will be able to take on her defense. Are you crazy? I'm a friend of the victims. That's true. Isn't there some kind of legal aspect to this where you can't do that? I'm pretty sure the jury can't consist of family or friends for this exact reason because of bias, right? So I'm sure it works the same way for lawyers and prosecutors, right? Common sense doesn't exist against Sokyo. Excellent point. Excellent point. However, this isn't really common sense. This is more of the practice of law, right? And we're practicing law in the terms of the outside world within Gensokyo, right? So this surely, I mean, Aya seems to get it. See, I'm a friend of the victims. I can't. Even so, the suspect vehemently denies the charge. She cannot be punished on the basis of suspicion alone. So we hope to settle everything in trial. Still. And there is no one but you we can turn to. Though, to be honest, I believe Miss Patchy is doing things to have an opportunity to finally defeat you. I didn't do anything wrong. I corrected myself. I displayed self-control. That's all. Though, to be honest, I believe Miss Patchy is... Okay, I already read that. Oh, get used to that, by the way, where I read a sentence, and then I trail off, and then I look back, and I don't remember if I read the sentence or not, so I read it again. That happens all the time with these kinds of things. It's just what you have to deal with. Oh, boo-hoo, this isn't a competition. Until now, all your suspects have been innocent, so of course I had to win. Well, there's no way to know that for sure before a proper trial is held. But that's not the point. With things as they are, I guess I don't have a say in the matter. Thank you for your understanding. Come to think of it, Reimu will have to... Miss Patchy has already made the arrangements on that front. I like how in this universe, Reimu has the ability to just stop everyone from using spell cards at the drop of a hat, the snap of a finger. But then you can get her to do anything you want by giving her a rice cracker. Like, damn. You really weren't giving me a choice, were you? Now then. I could use a new prosecutor, I agree. But I think Patchy's going to be the one for this one, no matter what. So just like that, I as Shameimaru, became a defense attorney again. And the defendant is someone who might be behind Momiji's disappearance. Oh, so this is what the lobby is like. Huh? Kogasa, what are you doing here? What? Aren't I the defendant? You are? Ah, come to think of it, they haven't actually told me anything. Eh? Are you gonna be alright? Sure. Now tell me, what did you do with Momiji? It wasn't me! Oh, okay then. I'll defend you. I'm somehow more anxious than before. Anxiety, huh? Well, it's about to get worse. I've completely forgotten how these trials work. Is that true? Of course it's true. I'm still the pure and honest Aya Shameimaru. Why does this always happen to me? Now, we have a little time before court opens, so we can review. I suppose that's all we can do. Oh, listen to that. Ooh. That's kind of snazzy. I like that. I watched a lot of your trials, so I know some things, and I found them so interesting that I studied on my own. Oh, that's convenient. Now, the start of Justice for All is getting hit over the head by a fire extinguisher, so it's not necessarily that Phoenix forgets, is that he suffers temporary amnesia from an induced concussion via fire extinguisher. Kind of a cool way to introduce the tutorial in that game, honestly. Although, it does... Like, the way Phoenix Wright handles tutorials is pretty good. Because it makes them believable. As opposed to just, oh shit, I don't remember. Like, in the first game, it's Phoenix's first trial. In the second game, he gets hit over the head by a fire extinguisher. In the third game, you play as... The first case, you play as Mia. As her first, for her first trial. For Apollo, it's his first trial. For, I'm pretty sure in the fifth game, Dual Destinies, that's... You also play the first trial as Athena's first trial, right? In the courtroom, something like that. I don't remember much about the fifth game, to be honest with you, and I don't remember how the first game, the sixth game starts at all. I think it's Phoenix's first case back, so he's really rusty, and they give him like the tutorial. But yeah, I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I played the 3DS ones. I never would have thought it ever would have come in handy. So what should I start with? I think you should check the evidence first. That's the most basic thing. There will be a notebook to the upper right of the window I'm speaking in now. If you... Oh god, alright, we're getting... Even if you click on it, the evidence will come up. Oh, I see it. This does feel familiar. You'll use that evidence to corner your opponents. And based on the information, you'll know what to press and present. Press? Present? Oh yeah, I remember something like that. There's no penalty for pressing, so you can do it as much as you want. That's right, and depending on the circumstances, you can sometimes get new ideas if you press the same statement again after gathering more information. I see, I see. On the other hand, when you present, you're openly accusing your opponent, so there's a risk involved. But if you can't make progress just by pressing, you'll have to be bold and take the plunge. I heard that Grade Ace Attorney has a translation now. I still haven't played Investigations 2 either. Yes, yes. Oh, and sometimes you'll be asked questions directly. You'll be given a list of choices. Pick a choice and you'll advance if you're right, and if you're wrong, other things happen. What? Like what? Well, usually a penalty. Then you try again. Usually. Pretty to the point on that one, huh? So there's no way to be sure ahead of time. That's right. But it's not a problem. You just have to make no mistakes. Oh, wow. Why didn't I ever think of that? Complaining won't change anything, you know. It might not change anything, but it makes me feel better. Oh, well, you can do as you like. Is that everything? This is the last thing. How about getting more evidence? There's more. As the trial goes on, more people and evidence involved and it will come up. Evidence might prove irrelevant and be discarded, but it's much more likely you'll get more. Make sure you take note of new evidence and people so you don't miss anything. Everything that comes up in this trial could be related to the case. Oh, that's true. It's important to not overlook anything. So, with that said, here is some new evidence. Hogasa's statement was filed. Oh, Jesus, sound effects. Hogasa's own account of her encounter with Momiji, she claims all she did was try to scare her. Is that really it? Ah, it's almost time. Huh? Already? Please pull yourself together. My fate is in your hands. Hey, I promise I'll do everything I can. That being said, I don't know if she's really innocent. I got a lot to think about. Now remember, chat, in Phoenix Wright, you pretty much every single case is a murder case. So the penalty to losing is, you know, pretty rough. But in this game, because it's Gensokyo, there is a little bit of you know, the extreme nature of the punishment and the crime are they're not really there in this game. They're rather tame and silly for the most part, and you kind of just have to accept that as it is. So, you know, Hogasa, you know, if she got found guilty for doing this, she'd probably just get like 40 lashes and then, you know, call it a day. Ain't anything worse than Reimu probably gave her in UFO, or the verbal abuse that Sanai gave her in UFO, but you know, if I can help her avoid that trouble, then I'll do that. That being said, I don't know if she really... Yeah, yep. Well, oh my god, they got the mumbling! Order in the court. Order. The hearing concerning the abduction of Momiji Itabashiri will now begin. Defense, are you prepared? This background hasn't changed in 3 games. I don't expect it to change in the next. Yes. Moreover, the one you are defending is... I realize the situation I'm in, but this is my responsibility. Indeed. In that case, let us get the proceedings underway. Assuming the prosecution is ready, of course. Whoa, look at that glow up! Who's that? Is she looking fresh? Naturally, my preparations are complete. That's a whole new Patchy. Good, then you may begin. This, you know what? I have a feeling the reason this Patchy is a new look is because she has different she has different poses throughout the game now. Because Ai is the same, and Kogasa's the same, and Eiki's the same, but Patchy is definitely not the same. There's some glow up here. She's patched up. She looked good before though, but she looks really good now. It has been 4 days since Momiji Inabashiri has gone missing. She was last sighted on the evening of the 19th. 2 separate witnesses attest to this, so the credibility of that information is high. The art in this game is one of my favorites, honestly. It's really, really nice. It's one of my favorite aspects of the game for sure. Incidentally, the injured party is Momiji Inubashiri, but since a missing person obviously cannot make a report, her friend Hattori Kawashiro is the plaintiff in this time. I see. I hadn't made any report myself, so I did wonder who the plaintiff was. The case outline was rewritten. Ouch. Momiji was last seen 4 days ago in the evening. She had an encounter with Kogasa Tato at the time. 2 separate witnesses can attest to this. So who are the witnesses? I think... I don't know if it's like her extra stage, but like... Maybe it's more so the fighting games, because... Normally she just has like... She's still wearing her PJs, right? She's got the purple and pink PJs, but the cloth she has draped over her is like... Covers a lot more. But I'm having trouble remembering what exactly, like, which Patchy design really looks like this the most. She is wearing her battle cloak. Okay, so this is her fighting game. This is her fighting game outfit. Her hat's more white. I'd like to call a witness, Your Honor. Who will you be calling? As it stands, we have little to go on. The facts of the case are quite unclear. You are not wrong. I do feel the information we have is very scant. So I believe we should hear the defendant's own account, unless you have an objection, Miss Attorney. I would have no problem with it. What do you say, defense? Let me think. I won't allow it. Well, I don't know anything about the case. Allow it, idiot. It doesn't look like we have any better options. I thought you'd agree. I suppose this was not a choice at all, was it? We have to confirm the situation, so I'll cooperate with the prosecution's request. For now. Then it is settled. Bailiff, escort the defendant to the stand. I'm on it. Now then, defendant, your name and occupation. My name's Kogasa Tatara. I scare people. Ah, the service sector then. A somewhat unusual occupation. So I'd like to take a moment to explain. So, obviously this game was made in 2010, so this information hasn't been revealed yet. Also, it's a secret, so keep it on the down low. Kogasa actually runs a blacksmithery, where she's the one who makes Reimu's needles. It's secret hush-hush, because if they found out she was making Reimu's needles, she would probably not be very popular with yokai. But, it's good business, right? Also, there was one point in Kogasa's line of work where she was actually a babysitter. She tried to scare children in the human village, but she wasn't very good at it, and she ended up just being a babysitter. And I think that's when she pretty much just quit, and then that's where you find her in UFO, where she's like, I'm not doing this anymore, and then she starts going around having a ball. But yeah, she's really good with kids, because her methods of scaring people are incredibly old-fashioned, so she's not scary at all. Business has been slow lately. People don't scare as easy as they used to. I think maybe it's just you. You've been denying your guilt, so tell us what really happened. I'll be happy to. That way you'll understand I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. It's true I met Momiji that day. but we only encountered each other by chance, so I tried to scare her a little. It happened while I was coming back from town. Then we made a bit of small talk and parted ways. It's absurd to think I did anything. Quite an uneventful tale. I must say, this is exactly the kind of story I would expect the culprit to make up. Patchy is a sass master. Wait a minute. Well, the yin-yang orbs aren't something that just like... They're not like just used, but Shameimaru is the one who originally made them, whereas Rainbow's needles are things that she constantly has made and then she uses. Which makes me wonder how exactly they work, because she throws like a fuck ton of them in the games, right? Same with her talismans. But Kogasa makes her needles now. Her needles got old and bent, and then Kogasa made new ones, and then I'm pretty sure Reimu strong-armed her into being her go-to. Got them deep pockets. Deep pockets, but then also a lot of quantity, right? You have no proof of her guilt. I am not sure how to proceed. That's right. Now then, attorney, time for your cross-examination. Yes, I understand. And I hope you haven't forgotten. There is no proof this one did not abduct Momiji Inabashiri. You understand what I mean by that, right? As I said, I understand. I has been doing this for a while now. Very well, begin your cross-examination. I didn't do anything. It's true I met Momiji that day. Hold on, we're gonna hit that press, of course. Ooh, we got graphics this time. What and when was that? 'Twas at the brink of twilight. So around the time of year that'd be 6:30. A bit too prosaic for my tastes. I've never heard that word before, but that sounds right. English is magical. There's so many words I've never heard before. Thank you. But we only encountered each other by chance, so I tried to scare her a little. Is there any way you can prove that? It's the opposite of poetic. Oh, so flaccid. Alright, gotcha. Is there any way you can prove that? That's a hard thing to prove, isn't it? 'Twas a fateful encounter at one of the crossroads of life, you know? You're really not making this easy, Kokasa. I, see what you mean. It happened while I was coming back from town. And then Momiji, you encounter Momiji Inubashiri? That's right, I spotted her in the sky as I passed by. Kogasa, if you spoke with Momiji then, can you tell us what she was doing at the time? Not really. I was heading home, so I didn't stay to speak much. I see. Then we made a bit of small talk and parted ways. What was it you talked about? The weather, mostly. Classic small talk. Truly the smallest of all talk. I mean, you know, when you think about it, talking about the weather is not small talk in the events of SWR, right? Scarlet Weather Rhapsody is when how's the weather is not small talk, but very important. That's what I said. It's absurd to think I did anything. What? Why do you say that? There's no reason I'd ever do anything to Momiji. Whether you have a motive or not will be clarified later. At this stage, it's too early to tell. I will allow your objection to stand, but we should hear the defendant's claims to the end first. Let's leave it at that. At least she doesn't seem to be lying, but I should still be thorough. Hopefully this will make clear where we stand, me and Kogasa. Can I believe in her and defend her, or can I not? Well, I know... Hold on, I got this. First, let's look at the... Ouch. I want to look at the profiles. That's Momiji, my friend. A low-ranking wolf Tengu who works as my assistant. I've heard you can read Inubashiri Momiji as faithful. But where is she gone? The hapless umbrella ghost is today's defendant. She's accused of abducting Momiji, but obviously she denies it. And I have to defend her? The plaintiff this time, she's a close friend of Momiji's and dearly wishes that she'll be found safe and sound. The big cheese! She'll get mad if I call her that, so let's hope she never sees this file. That's good. Shinigami, who acts as court bailiff. You can try to escape your fate, but there's nowhere to run, even outside the teaser version. This time the trial system has returned thanks to her tireless efforts, so it's her fault I'm going to get worked to the bone all this time. The Scarlet Devil Mansion's one-woman workforce. She's obviously a maid, but she also takes charge of all police work and investigations. Where's my profile? Me, Aya. Alright, hold on. Only encountered each other, happened to come back from town, made a small talk, parted ways, started to think I did anything. Let me just... I know what I need to do because I have one piece of evidence, but I'm not confident in where I need to present it. So the thing is, she had an encounter with the two... Okay, she had an encounter, and she claims all she did was try to scare her. No? What do you think of that? I'm just not quite sure where to present this is all. Boom. Nice little effect. It's absurd to think I did anything. We made a bit of small talk and parted ways. Okay, no, that was correct. I tried to scare her a little. Maybe I jumped the gun there. Hold on. At least she doesn't seem to be lying. So there's two separate witnesses. I only have two pieces of evidence to present. She claims all she did was try to scare her, of course. At an encounter, two separate witnesses can attest to this. So I need to present that. I missed this line entirely. Think time. I don't like that think time is the first cross-examination, because that makes my brain feel like mush. So that time we made a small talk, parted ways. I'm starting to think I did anything. Maybe it is this line, but for the case outline. No, it's not. I'm not quite sure where to use this. Can't really just prove this, right? Let me run through press again. Yeah, I'm gonna press everything again. I would hate for the game to start with a double press moment, because I hate double press moments. But there's only two pieces of evidence, and I don't actually see how any of it contradicts anything she's saying. Faithful encounter. Yep. See what you mean. Alright. Intent is important. The witness testimony to be credible and inconsistencies of their story. I asked that she explain what she was doing at the time. Objection sustained. Understood. Please tell us, Kogasa. If you don't think it's very interesting, if you say so. Right. New testimony can be added like that, too. There you go. There you go. That's what it was. I was trying to scare people like usual, and I couldn't scare anyone as usual, so I decided to go home. Can you use the mouse scroll to skip? I didn't know that. I'll have to try that. Were you on your way home? Is that all? Yes, typically I try to scare people in town. Did you meet anyone else that day? Well, I usually try scaring humans, so I met a lot of those. Though none of them were afraid of me. She's fishing for sympathy again. So did you meet anyone non-human as in yokai like us? Aside from Momiji, not really. If someone else passed by, I don't remember them. There's one thing I'm curious about. You've mentioned you've also tried to scare Momiji. Oh, that was like a little treat for me. Since I was going to just head on home, I tried scaring one more person at the very end. Ah, so that's how it was. Yes, I just didn't think a detail like that would be important. Let's just sum everything up for the time being. While you were on your way home, you tried scaring Momiji to close out your day. That's all you remember. This is all correct? It is. Please have this put on the record, Your Honor. Kogasa's statement was entirely rewritten. Kogasa crossed paths with Momiji on her way home and attempted to scare her to close out her day. Okay. Let us stop here. Alright, so there wasn't anything to present there, and I just had to press on something. I hate those. And that being the first one in the game, god damn it. Let us stop here. I do not think there is much hope for further discoveries. Do any of you disagree? It isn't the prosecution's belief that we could press further. However, this is the defense's cross-examination. I realize that, and so I agree that we can leave it at that. We can leave it at that. For now. Then the cross-examination of the defendant is over. She let that go way too easily. Now then, this all seemed extremely innocuous. Does the prosecution have another proposal? Of course, I would like to call another witness. Alright, chat, who's it gonna be? The plaintiff, Notori Kawashiro. Well, never mind. You don't get to vote anymore. Very well, she may now take the stand. But before she does, there's one thing I would like to confirm. What is it? I would like to make sure if the defense truly believes in the accused innocence. I don't know, it's been like 30 minutes. Surely this is a simple question. To be honest, I still can't be sure at all. Ogasa says she had nothing to do with it, and there's no evidence either way. Yes, if the defense believes the defendant to be guilty, then these proceedings have no meaning. So we should make things clear. Exactly. I see. She allowed things to move along so she could take that approach. The longer this goes on, the more invested I'll get, and I'll become more stubborn about her innocence. And if I choose now, I'd say I want to believe her, but... What's wrong, defense? Yes, I believe in the defendant. I believe that Kogasa Tada told us the whole truth. I thought you would say that. So far, Kogasa hasn't hesitated or refused to answer a question, so I'll put my trust in her. Well, also the other answer would have just ended the trial. Well, from my standpoint, if I can't believe in anything from the beginning, I can't get anywhere. Good, our investigation hasn't turned up much either, so in a sense, we stand on equal footing. It will all come down to which of us can outthink the other. Well, don't worry, because I am not on that think juice right now. Alright? The only thing I have drank today is brain hurt juice. Just how I like it. Oh, I don't do that. Brain hurt juice. Ah. Excellent. It appears we're all on the same page. Let us continue the hearing. The witness for the prosecution may take the stand. Coming right up. Momiji. Have you found Momiji yet? My brain very smooth. Very, very nice. Feel good. No think. Head empty. Stay calm, witness. It won't be long. Momiji, where are you? First, tell us your name and occupation. My name's Engineer and Inventor, Notori Kawashiro. I believe you have that backwards. Allow me to correct. Your name is Notori Kawashiro, and you are an engineer and inventor. I don't need wrinkles. Wrinkles are a sign of old age. My brain is not old, alright? He's young, he's hip, he's happening, wrinkle-free. Notori is in a panic. This could be rough. Hey, Patchy, hurry up and find Momiji already. I said stay calm. We are holding this trial in an attempt to discover clues. Okay. Now, have you settled down, witness? I'll manage. Then please give us your testimony. What was it you intended to tell us? While she was the plaintiff, she also witnessed an encounter between the suspect and the victim, so she's one of the witnesses. Okay. Truly? Huh? And so I thought she should testify as to that sighting. That is important testimony. If you are prepared, please begin. It was 4 days ago. I was hauling some materials home that evening. I happened to look up and saw Momiji talking with someone. Couldn't see who they were very well, but they were definitely carrying an umbrella. Uh-oh, that could be anyone. Is that all? That's all I saw. So hurry up and find Momiji already. Your Honor, as you can see, the witness is quite distraught. So I would prefer if the cross-examination was kept to a minimum. I suppose that would be for the best. Do try to keep that in mind, defense. I guess it can't be helped. Understood. I'll try to keep it short. That could be any other character. You know how many characters use umbrellas in this series? Before 2011? Well, actually not that many, huh? But there's at least more than one. It was 4 days ago. Are you sure it was 4 days ago? Notori, the number of days is very important. Are you absolutely sure it was 4 days ago? I was just memeing. I'm sure. I began work on a machine that day, and that was 4 days ago. There's no doubt about it. She purchased the part from Cordindo 4 days ago. We confirmed with the shopkeeper there. Of course Renosuke is involved somehow. I see. I was hauling some materials home that evening. Materials? They were parts for a machine I started making that day. So you were carrying these parts. Where were you then? I wasn't too far from Cordindo at the time. So you'd be near the Forest of Magic. That's what you mean? That's right. Please tell me more of what happened there. I happened to look up and saw Momiji talking with someone. You had to look up? I dropped one of the parts I was carrying, and I saw them after I'd gone to pick it back up. I see. Did you notice anything odd? There's one thing. I couldn't see who they were very well. You couldn't see them? Nope. They were backlit by the setting sun. I know Momiji well, so I knew it was her from her silhouette. Well, she's a pretty easy silhouette to pick out. I'm just saying, you know, the ears and the tail. There really isn't another one like her, huh? But I couldn't recognize the other person, which means they don't have any identifying features from the back. So someone you don't know much. Right, but they were definitely carrying an umbrella. Couldn't you tell if there was like a tongue sticking out of it though? An umbrella, you say? Yes, I could only see a silhouette, but they definitely had an umbrella. What about a tongue? Did the umbrella have a tongue? An umbrella. So, how do you explain this? Yes, this testimony seems ironclad. What will you do, defense? Hey, even if you ask me that, we can end the cross-examination. Is this not what you would call conclusive? No one but the defendant could have made such a silhouette. Well, that's not true. Silhouette? Ah, right. It was just a silhouette. Your Honor. What is it? You were quite loud there. It was a silhouette. Yes. What are you talking about? Don't you get it? All Notori saw was that person's silhouette. And that's a problem. I almost just clicked game exit. Why is that? It's extremely simple, because it was the silhouette of someone carrying an umbrella, so it could have been... It could have been Yuka Kazumi! Let's see, it could very well have been Yuka Kazumi. Uh-huh. Ah. I know, you know how she is, never seen without her umbrella. Also, she has a similar haircut and outfit, shape-wise, from a silhouette's perspective. Yukari would be pretty noticeable because she has a hat. But yeah, Yuka and Kogasa do look fairly similar if you only look at their silhouette of them. I don't think it could have been Remy. Remy would have been short. Sakuya would have been there. It would have been obvious by the height, right? You know how she is, never seen without an umbrella. Also, Remy has giant bat wings. Yes, I think I understand. Well, there's no guarantee that Yukari's walking around in her big foofy dress, right? She could be wearing her nightgown. You never know. Yes, I think I understand. It could have been the silhouette of someone other than the suspect. That's what you mean to say? Exactly. It could have also been Remilia, for instance. Oh, there's no wrong answer there, huh? What? Huh? Am I wrong? She never goes into the sun without a parasol. Can the prosecution confirm? She's not wrong. In that case, that silhouette tells us precious little. All we can say is that the person carried an umbrella. We cannot be certain who it was as of yet. And who's to say that the person holding the umbrella didn't just happen to have an umbrella at this one moment in time? Then are we not back to the drawing board? No, not really. Silhouette at least tells us to look for people fond of umbrellas. But wouldn't the culprit realize they might be recognized? Well, if they'd planned the crime, anyone could have tried using an umbrella to impersonate someone. But I don't think that's the case here. Why do you say that? If the crime was premeditated, care would have been taken not to be seen at all. Is that what you mean? It wasn't at night, it was at sunset. That's why they couldn't, that's why she could only see the silhouette illuminated by the sun. If it was nighttime, she wouldn't be able to see them. That's right. I did not think I would be put back on my back foot by this testimony alone. Your Honor, there was another person who saw an encounter between the defendant and the victim. I would like to summon them as a witness. What if it's actually Yuka anyway? I will allow it. Well, they mentioned already that it was close to dusk, right? Twilight time. So 5, 6 p.m. I guess. So yeah, the sun was setting. It was almost dark. Now who could it be? In that case, Your Honor, prosecution calls Hatate Himekaido to the stand? What? Who? Who? Eiki has no idea who that is. I do not think I've heard that name before. It seems she's been living as a shut-in until now. In fact, I also had never heard of her until today. If I might interject, even among us Crow Tengu, there are a lot who've never even met her. I suppose she is what you call a rare encounter? Well, I think she's been going out more lately. We are drifting off topic. As I said, I call Hatate Himekaido to the stand. Yes, make the arrangements. She looks pretty good, actually. Now then, witness, your name and occupation. Hatate Himekaido. I write for the Kakashi Spirit News. And hey, it's Aya! I had no idea you'd be here. Small world, huh? There's no way you didn't know. Stop being a pain. I'm getting annoyed already. This is where we hold court trials, and since I'm the only one qualified, I have to take charge of all the defenses. Chat, she looks taller than Aya, but then you also have to remember that both Aya and Hatate wear those Gaeta shoes that are like basically elevator pumps, but down the middle of the shoe. So they get a couple inches off the ground from those. So I don't know how tall they actually are. It seems my aptitude for interviews is recognized, unlike a certain someone's. You literally didn't exist when this game came out. Gloat while you still can. I'm gonna break a scoop that flew right under your nose, cause I'm the only one who can. What does that even mean? You see... Witness! What? This is not something to be discussed so lightly, right? Please do so in the appropriate manner, through testimony. Aya's still on that game 1 art. That's what it is, right? That's why Hat's got the glow up. Yeah, I get it. So what will you be testifying about? Why, what happened between Kogasa and Momiji, of course. If that is the truth, this will be a significant testimony. And Miss Attorney, please be patient as well. Since she's looking pretty confident. How do they walk in those, by the way? It's just a... Whoa. Oh, excuse me? Bellavisi? They I don't know how they walk in them. I can't say I've ever tried it myself, but they're Tengu. They're experts, right? They balance on that shit like it's nothing. Also, they can fly. This took place in the evening 4 days ago. It appears Kogasa Tatara and Momiji Inubashiri encountered each other by coincidence. That was when the perpetrator, Kogasa, suddenly attacked the victim, Momiji, from behind. It is unclear what became of Momiji Inubashiri afterwards, but the police arrested Kogasa Tatara. You telling me Kogasa whacked her? This is coming to you directly from the scene. The scene. As you can see, the witness is being quite frank. Yeah, these Tengu definitely don't have a reputation for embellishing the truth if it sounds more exciting. Nope, not the Tengu, not them. Anyone but them. They're perfectly honest. So the encounter was a coincidence, but there was an assault. This is what you claim? Perhaps the defendant attacked the first victim she came across. That would be an unforgivable crime. I agree entirely. Can I begin my cross-examination? Yes, we still have to go through that. I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, I really am getting annoyed. Alright, hat. Vicious umbrella. Oh, I didn't get to read that in time. Ooh. Ooh, listen to that. That low note, baby. Stanky? I don't know. I wouldn't call it stanky, but it's a little stanky. A little stanky. Pretty good though. I think it's pretty good. And you sure about that? What kind of question is that? The incident was 4 days ago, so obviously this happened 4 days ago. Guess so. And I'm a witness right now, aren't I? So you should be more polite with me. I don't think I can do that. Damn. It appears Kogasa Tartara and Momiji Inabashi encountered each other by coincidence. How would you know that? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but the main one is that this happened in the open where there was witnesses. Explain yourself. I mean, isn't it obvious? You remember where this happened, right? The sky is above the forest of magic. Why would somebody wait to jump a person in that wide open space? I guess you wouldn't. So Momiji was just a victim of circumstance. Kogasa attacked the first person she encountered. That's what I think. Isn't it a natural conclusion? But that's just a theory of yours. The witness told you herself this is what she thinks. Obviously, we will not treat this as fact. Ugh. I still don't like where this is going. I see. Fine then. Continue. That was when the perpetrator, Kogasa, suddenly attacked the victim Momiji from behind. Just imagine Kogasa holding her umbrella, like that image of George from Seinfeld. You know the one. You know the one. Why from behind? Ah, yeah, this is a really complex problem. Let me walk you through it. What's Momiji's day job? She's the lookout at the waterfall of 9 heavens. And how would you escape notice from those eyes that can see 1,000 leagues ahead? You'd have to come from behind. And there you have it. QED. Don't get smart with me, you little chick. Sassmaster. It is unclear what became of Momiji Inabashi afterwards, but the police arrested Kogasa Tatara. Hey, hold it. I've got a lot I have to say, so I'll split it in 2 questions. Huh? Well, what is it? Why is your testimony so dry? And you were watching, weren't you? Why didn't you do anything to help? You asked your 2 questions, so I'll give you 2 answers. First of all, I'm speaking like this to be objective. That's the basis of all good reporting. Not that you know anything about that. Wow. As for your second question, I couldn't help cause a chick that only just came out of its shell can only chirp for help. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Reporter? What are you talking about? I've read that there are certain kinds of birds who, to lead predators away from their nests, deliberately fake injury to draw their attention. To put it bluntly, helpless chicks should just leave everything to their seniors. So, let me handle the explanations. You calling me a kid? From my perspective, you are. I'm a journalist! I've got an obligation to report. In that case, you should know better than to throw away the information you have. You would be casting pearls before swine. Excuse me? What the hell is that saying? Casting pearl... This is a real saying? What does this mean? If you say that someone is casting pearls before swine, you mean that they are wasting their time by offering something that is helpful or valuable to someone who does not appreciate or understand it. Oh, I get it. Comes from the Bible. Oh, I get it. So, yeah, if you cast pearls before swine, if I throw a bunch of pearls in front of a bunch of pigs, they don't fucking care. They're pigs. What are they gonna do with it? I understand. I have learned something new today. I like sayings. Sayings and stuff are cool. Metaphors and similes. Right now, you should know what it is you can say and what it is you cannot. If you understand that, then stop your twittering. Whatever. We're done here. Guess I shouldn't take Patchy lightly. That's a glare that could kill. Patchy has control of the situation, that's for sure. This is coming to you directly from the scene. The scene? Where else would I see that? Yes. What's with that weird way of talking? You're a reporter, not an announcer. If I want to get more information out of her, I might have to take a different approach. Even if there's no real contradiction, she's at odds with the record. Maybe I can appeal there. Oops, that was an accident. Oh, scroll wheel actually works. Whoa, scroll wheel works. Unbelievable new tech discovered 3 games later. All right, they encountered each other by coincidence, that is true. Suddenly attacked. Well, that goes against what Kogasa said. Because she tried to scare her, not attack her. Your Honor, the witness is ignoring the defendant's presumption of innocence and is already painting her as a criminal. It's true that this testimony is completely different from the defendant's statement, but guilt can't be proven with words alone. What if they admit to it? There is such a stark contrast between the back of Hatate and everything else in that image. Goodness gracious. Order. I will sustain the defense's objection. Witness, be more mindful of what you say and how you say it. Sure, but I don't really have anything else to tell you. In that case, what will you do, defense? Do you intend to resume the cross-examination, or is there a further argument you wish to make? Return to cross-examination. There's something on my mind. There is one thing I want to clear up. Satori and Koichi... Oh, remember, Satori showed up once in this series in a way that made it possible for her to do so. But for her in the gallery, you know she's just having a giggle, because she can see the whole thing from up there. And she's keeping her mouth shut because, you know, she's a good sport about it. Why she's watching in the first place, I don't really know. But at least she's keeping her mouth shut, right? Because every single case in this entire game would be rendered, you know, solved in an instant if you just asked Satori to be like, yo, did you do it? No. Satori, he did it. Like, she's, you know, she's keeping her mouth shut. Why are Moko and Racing here, though? I don't know. Koishi's probably here because, I don't know why she's here either. I don't know why anyone is in the court hearing. Who's watching this shit? Speak your mind. What is it that is troubling you? I guess it's about the witness, Hatate Himekaido, and her perspective. Now that I think about it, chat, do you think in the Phoenix Wright universe they sell tickets to the courtroom where Phoenix appears in? Because surely there's like some people who show up and be like, yo, this guy is cracked. All of his cases are insane. You'll never believe how this shit goes. So they just fucking sell tickets. I guess it's about the witness. Okay, I got it. Perspective. What is it? Is there something on my face? Maybe the distance from the gallery and the stand is far enough that Satori can't read everyone's minds and she just wants to watch the mystery unfold. I don't know. Is there something on my face? Just a smug smirk I want to break in half. I cannot blame you. Did you say something, Your Honor? Huh? No. Must pull myself together. Defense. You said something about perspective. Wow, even Aki was fed up with Patchy's shit there for a second. That's correct. Don't you think the witness's testimony is strange? Be more specific. Specifically, it's, I'm afraid I do not understand. If you cannot explain how the testimony is strange, we cannot judge the value of your claim. I feel the same way. I suppose anyone save Satori Komeiji would. Well, she is right over there in the gallery, as we were just saying. Right? She's like right over there. You see, in fact, you seem to be struggling. No, ask her. She's right up there. No, it's not that. The words just aren't coming together. You're wasting our time. Your Honor, the defense is blatantly stalling. Objection sustained. Defense, what is it about your testimony that is strange? Please explain clearly, now. No, okay, I could not actually picture Satori laughing out loud. Satori is one of those characters that I would only ever imagine doing a chuckle and never actually, like, laughing outright. She'd just giggle. Yeah, she would. She would 100% just giggle. I can't imagine her laughing out loud. I really can't. I can't do it. I mean, I can, but it doesn't feel like there's a single situation outside of personality swapping where she does that, right? Defense, what is it about the testimony that is strange? Please explain clearly now. Object. Overruled. This is bad. Even if I know what I'm trying to get at, I can't figure out how to say it. But a natural feeling I had back there. That is... Yes, it's the viewpoint of Hatate's testimony. Therefore, my instinct, no, my experience tells me, yeah, it's something that's beyond me. This attorney... What? Try and speak proper words. Patchy as well. Patchy's another character I would never be able to see laughing out loud. Remy I would, because Remy would laugh. Remy would laugh out loud in like an exaggerated fashion. But like I can't imagine Patchy or Satori ever really doing anything more than like a giggle, right? Try to speak proper words. And speaking of which, if you're so lost, the judge could give you some choices. Ah, well, that is not necessary. Oh, you're so quiet all of a sudden. I know better than to speak when I shouldn't. You got that figured out better than a lot of people. Do you now? But does that mean you retract your claim that there is something wrong with the witness's testimony? No, the testimony is entirely wrong. But I don't mean the content of the testimony itself. Not for now, at least. The content is not the problem. Yes, I begin to see what you mean. You mean that Hatate Himekaido's words and demeanor do not feel like those of an eyewitness. And that is what you were calling perspective. Yes, that's what I was getting at. The witness is a Crow Tengu, like me, and we are both members of the press corps. She writes the Kakashi Spirit News, and that newspaper's main distinction is photography. Oh, sorry, spirit photography. Huh? Hey, that's my line. The early bird gets the worm, right? But I will thank you for vouching for her so readily. Wait, was she aiming for this? And allow me to tell you why, Your Honor. The witness did not see the incident at the scene. Thanks to her power of spirit photography, she investigated it on her own. It seems I must get used to odd witnesses. A little late for that, Aiki. There's been a lot of weirdos in this courtroom. Don't call me odd. Still, for testimony to be based on spirit photography. Wait, photography? Whoa. No music. What theme is this? That guitar go in. Yes, it's as you surmise, the prosecution is now ready to submit its evidence. Damn, listen to that go. Whose theme is this? I can't give you a name. It's from one of the photo games. Yeah, it definitely is. It's Hat's theme? It's Modern Yokai Colony. DS2 theme. Okay, okay. It's really good. This mix is fucking solid. Oh, listen to that drop. Turn that shit up. No way. Spirit photograph was added to the court record. Ouch. A photo of Kogasa looming over Momiji, taken by Hatate with spirit photography, but it's a bit out of focus. Momiji, look out! Oh shit, Momiji's about to get RKO'd! Was this truly taken through spirit photography? Kinda sounds like it's from Touhou Soccer with how intense it is. A little bit, yeah. Roughly the same era, right? A year later, I think. It sounds really good, though. I really like it. If you have something to say, I am all ears. What can I say? This is flabbergasting. You know, I see that image of the goalpost every now and again, and I can hear it. That's one of those images I can fucking hear. Doom. Doom. Can hear it, dude. I can hear it. Huh? Flabbergasting? Well, this is, did she forget where she was? That was some real, genuine wonderment there. It's hard to believe, but even the Yama can be cute. Ah! Wait, you're missing a bracket there. Where's the bracket? Find me the bracket. Where'd it go? Well, can you explain what this is? It was in the first message. Oh, okay. All right. Egg on my face. Details are difficult to make out. The angle is quite poor, and it's out of focus. It cannot be helped. There are limits to spirit photography. If you can tell who's in it, then who cares? Maybe that's good enough for you, but still. I am sure you can tell this is a picture of the defendant approaching the victim from behind. There is no doubt about that. I suppose it has some value as evidence. Ugh, this is the worst. By the way, Miss Attorney, what was it the defendant told us? Huh? The defendant's claim. Surely you haven't forgotten. It was... She tried to hug. She tried to scare. She tried to abduct Momiji. Tried to scare her. Yes, she tried to scare her. Or so she said in her testimony. But this is the only thing one... This is the only thing one in her situation could say, isn't it? Exactly. So I suppose that question was entirely meaningless. Ugh. We were going to end up here no matter what I picked, huh? But never mind that. It is as you just said, Your Honor. The defendant would not say something damaging her account, even if it means lying. In other words, this statement has no credibility whatsoever. This is unacceptable. Until we have a verdict, Kogasa is still the defendant. At this time, she is to be presumed innocent. Testimony is only to be thrown out when it's discredited by evidence. So I won't allow that kind of flabbergasting argument. Am I wrong? Your Honor? Could they get a penalty for that language? You are asking me? What's it going to be? Well, certainly. Although, I wish you would not hold my weakness over my head.
Thank you.
How dare you blackmail the judge? You're the one trying to twist the truth to fit your case. That's what brought this on. The facts are the facts. Who'd ever believe the word of someone who could be the culprit? That's not... That's enough. That is enough. Looks like she's back to normal. I apologize for this unsightly scene. Now let us get the proceedings back on track. While I do not believe they're meant to start this quarrel, the prosecution was still out of line. Understood. And there is some truth to what the defense says. You know, no matter how much shit the judge may get in the series, he is the ultimate authority. in most cases. So when the judge steps up, the judge steps up. But he does end up being the butt of the joke 90% of the time. Don't worry about that, though. And there is some truth to what the defense says. While it is true that evidence trumps all, I cannot allow you to decide what the facts are. Between this and the matter after last cross-examination, I may well have to penalize the prosecution. Perhaps I was a little too hasty. Indeed, it would be best to proceed calmly. But, even so, it is true the defendant's claims do not have much credibility. We must come to a decision, one way or another. I've been at this for an hour now. Not 30 minutes. The case has been 30 minutes. But pretty sure it's been over an hour. Right, at this rate, we're going to have the arguing in circles. And you have a suggestion. Yes, the defense requests further testimony. From Hatate Himekaido. No, she can return to a waiting room and stay there. But we'll be settling this, huh, Aya? That will have to wait. So, if not her, who will you hear the testimony of? Kogasa Tatara, I want her to take the stand again. For what reason? I may or may not approve, depending. Yes. What will you have her speak of? This is a gamble, but it's my only path to victory. We never truly discussed it, how she attempted to scare Momiji. That exact moment. What? I thought she'd be more surprised or try to object. Are you wondering why I am not surprised or objecting? It's written all over your face. Damn, are you a Satori too? How does she do it? So you'll allow it, just like that? Well, it might make for an entertaining story. That's suspicious, but I don't have another choice. If both sides agree, then let us hear the defendant's testimony. Thank you for the resub, Nehru. That exact moment. Damn, she got on the stand instantly. As I said in my statement, I was heading home. It was a bit late, so there weren't many people around. That was when I spotted Momiji. So I thought I'd scare her a little. But I couldn't do it. I see. These details were not in the statement, but is there anything significant about them? You did not demand the testimony as a bluff or to buy time, right? Obviously, I would never do that. Allow me to prove it to you. Now that I've said that, I gotta find something, don't I? Gotta find something. That translates roughly to press. Statement. There weren't many people around. I spotted Momiji. I tried to scare her a little, but I couldn't do it. Tell me, how could you not do it? Why is Momiji unscarable? I thought she was afraid of ghosts. What does that mean? Do I really have to tell you? You do. You have to. Ascending in pitch. You must. Eep. Total encirclement. No, it's not like that. Please tell us. I failed. Yes? I said I failed. Excuse me, can you please explain how you failed? Well, I crept up behind her and shouted out. And then? She looked over her shoulder and said, "Oh, hi, Miss Kogasa." Oh. See? This is why I didn't want to say it. So, Kogasa, you never laid a finger on Momiji, right? If anything, I wanted to make myself disappear. I thought I managed to make some small talk, but I already told you about that. Though I managed to make some small talk. Well, at any rate, I suppose I understand your reticence now. Yes, I doubt you will ever live this down. Damn, going right for the jugular on that one, huh? That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Kogasa's statement was rewritten. Again. Kogasa attempted to scare Momiji on the evening she was last seen, but she failed. Now, with the defendant's new claim in mind, have another look at this picture. But, does it change anything? While we do so, I will have my witness dragged for her seclusion. Well, we've been at this a while. This might be the last testimony of the day. Now then, witness, please testify again. Weren't you talking about me just now? Were we? Ah, speaking of, you were a recluse until quite recently, and yet you seem quite knowledgeable about the ways of the world. I guess? What does that... I am speaking with the witness. Can you not stop warbling for even a minute? Warbling, huh? Ah, that was thoughtless of me. A crow would be calling, of course. I'm so pissed. Please try to restrain yourselves. Now, what will you have this witness testify about? Patchy is sour about all the different wins I've accumulated throughout this series. Patchy is not happy. As the witness's spirit photography is the prime evidence in this case, I wish for her to testify about it further. Fair enough. You may begin. Sure thing. Currently, Patchy's on an 0-8 streak, huh? Actually, if you don't count the matches where Patchy was a prosecutor, I'm pretty sure Patchy herself is at like a 0 to 5 right now. She's 0-5. 0-5 or 0-6. Sure thing. Listen closely, okay? Look at her preening herself. Maybe she'll let down her guard. Irrefutable evidence. In this picture, Momiji Inabashi is just beneath Kogasa Tatra. Still, I understand the single photograph lacks impact, but actually there's more. A more convincing picture of the moment of the crime. Why didn't you start with that? This is... It's her testimony. What of it? But, no, she didn't tell us anything? Looks like something flabbergasting happened again. Well, that is not the point. There is something much more concerning here. Of course, the second photograph. Here it is. This was taken in sequence with the other picture. Exactly. She can take pictures of events without even having to leave her room. That's what's so magical about her. Why are you all so quiet? Flabbergasting, right? Can you not simply forget this? More importantly, isn't this thing a complete mess? It's all a blur. There's nothing to be done. It is simply out of focus. And therefore, isn't it utterly worthless as evidence? Oh, I wouldn't say that. First of all, looking at this picture, there's no doubt it shows the events that immediately followed the first one. Wouldn't you agree? And we heard the testimony of the defendant earlier about her utter failure to scare the victim, and yet here she is, grabbing her by the shoulder. And just so you know, I took this picture immediately after that other one. And I'm sorry to say, Aya, but all my pictures are timestamped with the moment they were taken. Down to the second. You can confirm right now if you want. Cool ability. So they are. Then these pictures were taken in the order the prosecution claims. Looks like it. In that case, I will accept that these photographs are credible evidence. Out of focus as they are. The second spirit photograph was nonchalantly slid into the court record. A photo of Kogasa grabbing hold of Momiji's shoulder. I think. It's so out of focus it's hard to tell. What an amateur. This picture was taken moments after the first. Come on, it's not that blurry. If you really wanted it to be, if you wanted to be a shitter, you could have made it hella blurry. Too obvious, man. Too obvious. But still, it doesn't fit. You could say it's flabbergasting. They just loving this word, huh? There might still be clues to be found. I'll begin my cross-examination. In this picture, Momiji Inobashiri is just beneath Kogasa Tatra. Oh, it's already in place. It's fine. What does flabbergasting even mean? It's a synonym to like, just like, God, I can't think of a word. Yeah, like surprising. Yeah, like that. Speechless, kind of like I am right there when I'm trying to fucking say that. But yeah, so it's basically just another word for like, whoa, Jesus, right? Astonishing, shocking, surprising. You know, there's a million words for it. Flabbergasting is just a funny one that the judge used. Do you have any new testimony to give about them? Nothing in particular, but things are going to get interesting soon. There's no need to rush, Miss Attorney. Or are you the type to just scan the headlines? This act of yours is wearing real thin. Still, I understand that single photograph lacks impact, but actually, there's more. I don't have time for your theatrics. If you have evidence, then present it. Well, actually, we already did. A more convincing picture of the moment of the crime. And this is the picture you're speaking of. What? That's the one. Chat, how does that image look to people who wear glasses if you take your glasses off? Does that shit become impossible? Does it become even worse? Or is it still just like, yeah, that's Yukari? Can you still tell? I already told you how this picture was taken, right? In that situation, there's only one thing it can mean. Ugh. Same thing, same thing. God damn it. Exactly, or do you have some kind of evidence that can disprove that? Do you have even a single fact to back up that claim? I could tell them all the truth. Everything that's wrong with these pictures. Take a good look at it and find it. And throw it in her face. And this picture of Momiji is just beneath Kogasa Tatada. Well, obviously there's a distinct difference. What do I present to that? I mean, it's very clear that it's not her. How do I get it through? Well, okay, I thought that would work. I figured if I present that, it would be like, yeah, that's not her because look at this photo. Oh no. Oh no. Carl, you're an idiot. It's alright, I got it. I got it. I figured that was the spot to present it, though. Convincing picture of the moment of the crime, but then... Okay, so it was this picture, but I just wrong presenting spot, that's all. That tends to happen a lot. There's something bothering me about this picture. A problem with the pictures of the crime? But did you not agree with their explanation? No. It's something else. Something else. Yo. Yes, the answer lies in the differences between my paper and Hatate's paper. Please do not speak in riddles. Well, you see... Shit. The Kakashi Spirit News has the answer. The answer is in the Kakashi Spirit News. Call it the Diluted Spirit News or anything you like, but this picture never touched its pages, so it's clean. Hey now. Or are you gonna say this picture is as fake as the story she prints in there? Damn! Chill! Hello? Chat, what theme is this? It's gotta be a photo game theme again. It's really good. I would never say anything like that, but there is a problem with spirit photography. It's not a problem. The first theme from Double Spoiler? What one was that again? Is that Yokai Town or something? Yokai in your hometown? I can't remember. This is Nemesis Stronghold from Double Spoiler. Even if it gives magical astronomy vibes. Mystery in your town. Nemesis Stronghold. Someone can do a listening, I suppose. It's probably one of the two. I have trouble remembering the names of like all the photo games ones, except for Retrospective Kyoto and then Bella Vivisi, because those ones play in the end game, then you spend fucking hours listening to them. What are you talking about? Even if it's spirit photography, we can't dismiss these pictures just because you think they're inconvenient. In fact, when it comes to taking pictures, aren't you the one who, working with lens and framing and dirty tricks, can catch only what's convenient and twist the truth? Jesus, chill, Patchy. It's definitely Nemesis. Okay, it's Nemesis Stronghold. Alright. Either way, here's some good mixes. I seem to remember Mystery in Your Town being one of my favorites from Double Spoiler as well. The first and the second themes from Double Spoiler I really liked. I know Mystery in Your Hometown, or Your Town was one of them, and the other one I think was the Yokai Colony or something. Well, you might not be wrong about that, but there is one thing I can't change. And what is it? It is time, place, subjects. Don't you agree? With what? Aha, never mind. I reconsidered. I believe that is for the best. It is. Right. The issue is the time the photos are taken. These times are all properly printed on the pictures. Yes, you're right. I reconsidered. And where is the problem? With spirit photography, you can take pictures of past events. Isn't that right, Hat? Are you pouting? You're not cute enough to pull it off, so just answer me. This courtroom has a lot of bad blood. Ugh, fine, yeah, all my pictures are of stuff that already happened. Just one more question. Hatate, why did you stop being a shut-in? Don't you already know? It was because all I could put on my paper was what I found with spirit photography after learning about it in the news. So I could never break any stories. I thought I should go also get photos and interviews in real time and then, Murgurgur. Huh? What's gotten into you? You've fallen into her trap. Your Honor. What is it? The defense has evidence to present. Which is Hatate's camera. It looks like one of those outside world cell phones, and it is absolutely evidence. You can't! Why should I even hand it over? Because there are more pictures on there, aren't there? Or am I wrong? What? Ah! Oh, she got. Hatate, what was it you said earlier? Just so you know, I took this picture immediately after the other one. Wasn't it? About that. And that other picture, you tried to make us believe it was the first one you'd taken, didn't you? But that's wrong. The first picture is one you never showed us. Ah! Order! Order! What are you saying, defense? That, by looking at the contents of the camera, we can find out what the first picture really was. It'll be obvious. That's just a theory, and as long as it's just a theory, I won't accept this evidence. Then I'll confirm right now. If it's not there, then fine. The prosecution's objection is hereby overruled. Witness, you will show us the contents of your camera. No! No! You are in no position to refuse. At this point, a refusal is tantamount to a confession of guilt. Bailiff? Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, that photo's clear as day. Looks like this is the only other picture. Do you see now? It tells us nothing. Showing this picture would have only confused matters further. Oh, really? You're mistaken. This changes everything. So there's something significant in this photo. No, there's nothing significant in the picture itself, but added to the others and it's a different story. The first is in the sequence is the third photo we just saw. Chronologically, it is the first. Let's see. And the first picture we saw is second in the sequence. I see. And last is the second picture we saw. And this is what's strange about the course of events. There's something out of place in the middle picture. I wonder, is that all you can come up with? But this is obviously strange. In this picture, you can clearly make out the eye and lolling tongue that decorate the defendant's umbrella. So why can't we see them at all in those blurred photos? If the umbrella had been spun around, then they'd simply be out of sight. Patchy, please, they're different colors. Your Honor, please allow the defendant to speak. We can ask her what would happen. I will allow it. Ogasa Tatada, could turning your umbrella around hide these distinctive features? Well, I think so. The tongue could be hidden behind my back if I spun myself. But I wasn't doing that. I understand, but we cannot simply take you at your word at this stage. We can only trust that by spinning your umbrella around, that tongue and eye could have been hidden. That's fine. If I'm right about everything, then we're in the clear. So you see, unless you can prove otherwise, that possibility cannot be denied. But, is it really possible in the first place? What? When you put these pictures side by side, they feel unnatural. The order doesn't seem to make sense. The order? According to the timestamps, this is the proper order. Common sense needed. Yeah, it's true. Common sense doesn't exist here. Yes, that is true, and that's what makes this strange. Of those three pictures, it is the middle one in which the eye and tongue can be seen. Since the shots were taken seconds apart from each other, the prosecution's theory only makes sense that the umbrella was being spun at high speed. And yet in this middle picture, the tongue shows no sign of swinging in the air, and there is no motion blur at all. That's true. Ah! Certainly, if the tongue was at her back in the first picture, then spun to her front in the second picture, then spun to her back in the third, if you did something like that, the umbrella would be in quick motion when the shots were taken, and signs of that motion would remain. But there are none. I don't care how fast your shutter is or how large your aperture is. There'd be some kind of motion blur. Gah. You haven't said a word in a while, Hatate. Are you alright? Sometimes it's easy to overlook the easiest aspects, right? Also, in Patchy's case, she just doesn't... It's not that she doesn't understand it, it's that it's 100% her goal to be like, no, that's not true, right? The prosecutor will always try to deny, even if it doesn't make any fucking sense, because then they're admitting to losing, right? So they're always going to play the angle. And I guess the judge loves to play devil's advocate. But then how is any of this possible? We already know the exact times the photos were taken. Here we are, the words that will finish this. You're right. We know the exact times the pictures were taken. What are you... These pictures were all taken with spirit photography. The first and third are very similar, but the umbrella in the second picture is quite different from the other two. Now let me remind you of something. Remind us of what? With spirit photography, you can take pictures of past events. And that means the time these pictures were taken has no bearing on when the events took place. Why? And now the clincher. The first and third pictures with their bare umbrella are most likely the same subject. But the second picture is of a different subject entirely, and was inserted between them to fabricate a story. If you understand that, everything makes sense. And not only does it make sense, it has already been proven. It's alright, Hat. It's alright, she just wanted a story. And there she goes, back to shut-in. She'll never come back again. She'll never be in a new game. Well, things have taken an unexpected turn. They have. And the witness, slumped over in a waiting room, fuming. It seems she burnt herself out. Now, how are we to proceed? We've already denied the charges, so... The denials of the accused are hardly ever convincing. That's right, we need to put someone in jail. Doesn't matter if she's innocent. Somebody has to go to jail, right? That's Ace Attorney logic right there. In all honesty, I have no further recourse myself. The term Patchy uses can be more literally translated as incinerated. She got burned. It's probably a bird joke. Like she got cooked, right? Burned on the grill kind of thing. But fuming makes more sense. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. And we're at an impasse. Well, somebody has to go to jail. Wow, things look tense. They sure do, Momiji. Oh, Momiji, when did you get here? Just now. I'm sorry I'm late. It's fine, it's fine. So what do you think? Well, I rushed here as soon as I heard you were in a trial, so I don't really understand anything. Ah, I see. I'll just give you the rundown. Kogasa's being suspected of kidnapping, but as things stand, we don't have any way to know if she's guilty or innocent or what really happened. There's no evidence, the witness was a fraud, and the prosecution has nothing left to investigate, so the trial's at a standstill. I see. So then, who was kidnapped? You really haven't heard? It's Momiji. Huh? Momiji was kidnapped. What? What's going on? Momiji? Yes, what is it? What? What are you doing here? I would like to know that myself. What on earth is this? Momiji, you disappeared for days. What happened? You weren't abducted? Me? I just got picked for a scouting mission outside Gensokyo by the higher-ups. What? And, since it was such an unfamiliar place, I got into a bit of an accident. I was flying low, caught on a branch of a weird tree, crashed. Ended up tumbling into a kind of cavern. Kind of took a while to climb out of. Yes, but that all took more than 4 days? That might be right. I think I was out for a while after crashing. So this was much ado about nothing then. I had begun to suspect as much. Don't you try and save face now. In any case, how shall we put this matter to rest? Well, a verdict would be nice. Yes, of course. League of Legends. I will now hand down my verdict on the defendant. Not guilty. Confetti! Not even colored, bro. Not even colored. Phew, I'm saved. You're welcome. At least nothing too bad happened. And I'm glad you're safe too. As it turns out, nothing actually happened. How did things get out of hand like this? That's just how it is. This world is full of surprises, isn't it? You just full of surprises. And with that, I'll be seeing you. I don't know why Yukari had to pick, like, fucking death wheel positioning to, like, get Momiji. I don't understand that bit at all. It could have just been like, yo, you've been selected. What is a day this turned out to be? Sorry, looks like I worried a lot of people. I wasn't worried, but I wish you'd tell me before you go somewhere like this. I'm sure I did. Huh? I told you I had to go on a secret mission before I left. I think it was 5 days ago near dawn. The higher-up said I had to get started immediately, so it was only the only chance I had. I don't remember that at all. You really forgot? So this mess was all because... Nothing we can do about it now. We engage in a mild amount of tomfoolery. Well, there's a bunch of dishes, laundry, and cleaning to be done at the office. We'll just call it your punishment for causing an incident and leave it at that. Aya, what the fuck? What? Hey, come on. Laundry's been piling up for 5 days. You haven't cleaned anything in 6 days? I was busy, so... Understood. We don't have a moment to waste. Aya, your laundry's overflowing. This is hopeless. You can do it, Momiji. Oh... Amazing. A new episode has been added. Ooh, what's the next episode? Oh shit, teaser. The Godstone of Hatate. The Hatate Shrine's new Godstone was destroyed. What? And Furious Reimu accuses the recently established Myoren Temple the only way to sort things out is a trial. What truly happened to that stone? Yo, we got some UFO characters showing up. Not bad, not bad. Recently. This game came out in 2010. 2010. Very recent, Doug. It smells like 10 years ago. It's right there on the title screen. 2010. There is no hiding that. Well, that was nice and quick and effective. 1 hour and a half for the first case. I have plenty of time to spare, but not enough time to really start anything new, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Great introduction. Good humor. A lot of fun. Nice art for the new characters. Definitely looking forward to more characters showing up. And the music this time around is looking pretty good too. Been a long time, yeah. How many of them are there? God, I don't know. I own all of them though. Just only a few of them have English scripts to them. That's all. How old was the first game? I believe the first game came out in 2008, because I'm pretty sure it was like a yearly release kind of thing, right? Because he would release them at events yearly. So I'm pretty sure 2008 was the first one. And yeah, I would have been a character at that point for sure. And then 2009 was the second game, and then the extra cases and stuff. There are 4 game length games and 2 bonus side games. Okay. So 4 games, 2 bonus games. There's a lot of them. And to be honest, I didn't think I'd ever play more than the first one. So here we are in the third one. That's pretty great. Look forward to playing more. I really do. And I definitely want to see more of the characters that show up throughout it as well. I do wish Aya and Momiji got a bit of a glow up like Patchy did, but at least Patchy got one. But yeah, next time I play, I'll probably split it, like I did last time. First investigation day, first case day, unless I get through it really quick, which who knows if that happens. In which case, maybe I'll try to do it all. I really don't know how to. I think it's probably best that I break it up like that, though. 1 case, 1 court, because then I don't go too overboard with it, kind of thing, right? Don't have to go too far into it. But we'll see what happens next time.